Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Morning DOOGER. Or Saturday Afternoon DOOGER. Or whatever it is for you. Saturday Evening DOOGER. Saturday Sunrise DOOGER. Saturday Sunrise DOOGER? Wait, that's so cute. That's the best one. Wait a minute. That's the best one. I can't top that. Something dark side something DOOGER. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Lazy warm afternoon. Oh, I hope my kid settles down, because she's currently in there just kicking her dad to death. Not like aggressive kicking. She's a lot like me in that if you're the sort of person who you just kind of subconsciously feel like touching people all the time. So like Sam noticed this really early on with Clark, but she likes to have her feet on people always. So if she says, oh, I want to try to, I want to try to have my quiet time with daddy. I want to try to sleep, but I want to try to sleep in daddy's bed. She'll go in there and literally just lay there and like just kick him with her feet over and over and over again until she falls asleep. So I came out from the shower and I was like, how you doing? He was like, just getting kicked. The usual. Okay, let's turn off autofocus. Turn that on. Get some extra light in here. Hop on pop. Hop on pop. Oh, cute. Hello. Hi, Jossum. My nephew would rotate around like a clock face. Oh, just like starfish, and just like as they slept, just rotate. Yeah, I definitely I think because I like snuggles, but I only like snuggles for a minute. It's like, all right, we're snuggling, and now it's too hot, and I love you so much, and I'm glad we had this moment together. But like, I can touch him with my feet or something and not get overheated, and I still get that that touch element. So I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's a little past 1 here in the UK. But when I first started doing Saturday Morning DOOGER, I was in the US. And so it was America time. It would be morning. It's not anymore, but that's okay. Dun, 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 dun. I've always been in Australia, so I didn't even realize it wasn't Saturday morning for you. Yeah, it's like early afternoon DOOGER for me technically now, but it used to be Saturday Morning DOOGER used to happen at I think at one point it was 9 a.m. and then it was 10 a.m. So it was a morning show. It did used to be a morning show, and for some people it still is. Doki Doki DLC with Jesse when it comes out. Oh my god, is there Doki Doki DLC? It won't be the same. It won't be the same if I can't be in the same room with him and when something horrifying happens, just slap the shit out of his arm. Which again, I've acknowledged is a toxic thing to do, and I try not to do it. But sometimes I just, especially with that type of a game, I'll be like, Jesse, what the fuck? It used to always be 8 p.m. for me. You should watch the trailer. Oh gosh. Play it with Sam? No, thank you. Sam didn't play the original. Hold. Okay. Is toddler dressed? Who knows? She was like, Mommy, I'm so cold. And I was like, I mean, sounds like we should put some clothes on. So we put clothes on. And she was like, Mommy, I don't want to wear clothes. And I was like, honey, I really need you to realize that these two things are attached. They affect one another. You are cold, and so you put on clothes, and then you are not cold anymore. And if you take the clothes off, you will once again be cold. So I didn't let the chickens out. It's okay. We'll take a little break. Clark will tell you when Clark is cold. She's old enough that she can just rip her clothes off. She went into the kitchen. Oh my God. She's too strong now as well. She went into the kitchen and she was like, Mommy, I want peanut butter. And I was like, well, we've got a whole plate of food that I just gave you. So how about we eat some of that first so that we don't waste food? And if you chow down on all that and you want, like a little bit of bread with some peanut butter on it, tight. I can hook you up with that. And she was like, okay, left the room. And I was like, where are you going? She goes, I'm going to the bathroom. I said, okay. So she goes potty, but is gone for a suspiciously long time, and then walks back in with the whole thing of peanut butter, and the top is off. And she's just like, Mommy, the peanut butter isn't for me. It's for my babies. And gestures to all of her stuffed animals that are in the living room right now. And I was like, now it's a different conversation, because if you get peanut butter on any of those, they're going directly in the wash. So what are we doing here? Kids. Last night, right as we were about to do Manga Pod, she was in bed. She was like drifting off. And again, we're trying to get her to the point now, right, where you like basically exactly what we did when she was a newborn. You get her to the point where she's almost asleep, and then you're like, okay, good night, I love you, right? And sometimes she panics and is like, no. And sometimes it's okay. So last night, it's like, good night, baby. I'm going to go work. I love you so much. And left the room, and it was fine. And then I want to say 5 seconds later, she came out and she was like, Mommy, I had a nightmare. And I was like, that seems suspicious, because I know for a fact you haven't slept yet. I was like, are you sure you had a nightmare? Because I don't think that it's been long enough for you to sleep. And she stomped her foot. And she was like, I had a nightmare, Mommy. Okay. If you say that you had a nightmare, I believe you. It does not change the fact, though, that it's bedtime. So I'm going to need you to get back into bed. And she was so mad. What do you mean? I had a nightmare, and thus I need more snuggles. Kids. Callus Row was rough last night, though. For anybody who doesn't know, Callus Row is a VR LARP that I'm in. It goes from my time, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Now, over the last week or so, Clark's been waking up at 4 a.m. and being like, what's up? So I was prepared for the shit show. but it was literally like something big would be going on. Something like really big RP wise would be going on, and I would just hear her door open and be like, fuck, and mute myself in the game because I knew she was gonna come in and be like, mommy. Oh god. So I kept vanishing, and then I'd show up again and be like, oh gosh, there was like a big fire in Undercity last night, like, oh gosh, the fumes, I had to stay away. Shit like that. Didn't make any fucking sense. But, you know, people have connection issues and stuff all the time. Everybody, like, makes excuses that we all know is, like, you know, coded for I dropped out of the game for one reason or another. But, yeah. Moral and the Mushroom Gang are the sidekick for the botagonist. Dude. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, God, we're just like this weird little... I definitely want to pull away from that in season 3. I think it's been good for season 2 so that I learn how to play the game. But, yeah, mostly Jimmy, Wisp, and I... Wisp less so, but Jimmy and I definitely, if there's nothing like specific for us to do, we just like hang out with Bo and Conk. And Bo does lots of protagonisty shit. So we're just like hanging out, like watching Bo, you know, do crazy magic and shit, and we're just like vibing. Especially Jimmy. Jimmy's just like, memes, bro. And I'm like, absolutely, memes, my dude. You know, just like put ourselves on Whisper, because there's a whole system inside of the game that they built where you can like determine how far away people have to be to hear you. And if you say Whisper, there's literally just like a little pink circle around you, and you can see like anybody in that circle can hear you, but nobody beyond that can hear you, no matter how loud you're talking. So I'll just put myself on Whisper, and we'll just be chilling, like, just vibes. But yeah, so I definitely want, in season 3, I definitely want Moral to like have their own shit going on, you know, with like the cafe and making medicine and all that kind of stuff. Moral is still alive for now. Look, I don't know who it is, but there's a person who every single episode makes a list that's like percentage chance to die. Moral is always at the very bottom. 0 to 20% chance to die. I'm one of 4 people that this person thinks can potentially die. Where could we watch these shenanigans? I don't stream it. I'm planning to stream it for season 3. I don't stream it, but Sketchu Dev plays Bo, who's the one I'm talking about, who does like lots of cool shit, and the rest of us are just like, Bo's really cool. She's also like one of the main devs for Callus Row. So but yeah, I was talking about it with Sam because I was like, I don't know what to do for season 3, because I can't be like, if I'm streaming it especially, I want to be able to like commit, like really pay attention, and not, you know, be in this position where it feels like every few minutes I'm having to step away to like do something with Clark. And Sam was like, well, I mean, we can try maybe for the rest of season 2, see if it works, but we can try on Fridays swapping computers. And, you know, you do Callus Row from my office, and I'll DM. And that way, if she comes into your room, it'll be me, and I'll deal with it. But, yeah. I think it'll be really fun. Yeah, Sam talked with Sci-Fi forever ago, I think. Just basically being like, hey, you know, for a myriad of like health reasons and whatever, you know, I kind of like stepped away from Callus Row for a while there. But I'm still really interested in DMing, and I would love to pick up DMing again in season 3. And I guess Sci-Fi was like, absolutely, dude. It's totally fine. So, yeah, he's not going to be a character, but he is going to DM because that's what he really wants to do, and that's what he enjoys, so. I have that top. No way. It's one of my favorite tops. It's very soft. Love it. I had surgery today. Everything is fine. I can breathe through my nose. Hell yeah. Congrats. That sounds great. What's the most wholesome anime for a lonely boy? Oh, someone suggested Sweetness and Lightning. That is very good. It gets sad sometimes, but Sweetness and Lightning is like a single dad connecting with his daughter who's like 4 or 5 years old, I think. It's very soft. It's very precious. Cheese Sweet Home is really wholesome. That's one that Aaron and I used to watch sometimes when Aaron was having a tough time. It's literally like a stray cat that gets taken home and has a family and goes through shenanigans. It's very cute. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, a lot of you guys are recommending ones that I don't know. I wouldn't say are primarily like sweet and soft, you know? Is it bad to say Mob Psycho? Again, not one that I would say is primarily sweet and soft, but one that is definitely like really good deep dive character exploration about the main guy. I adore Mob Psycho. I think it's so good. Are there wholesome anime that aren't sad? Cheese Sweet Home isn't sad. It's just goofy. It's just goofy and cute. Flying Witch. Flying Witch was pretty cute. Flying Witch is slice of life. I think that, there's lots of slice of life you could look into. Sometimes slice of life winds up being like a little drama-y. But there's plenty of slice of life like Flying Witch that's literally just like, here's a witch staying with some family up in the mountains, and they live their life, and they pick weeds, and they they do some magic sometimes, and it's very cute. Have you acquired a taste for biscuits? Do you mean English biscuits like cookies? Yeah, I like cookies. They're all right. I still haven't watched Cells at Work, so I can't recommend Cells at Work, but a lot of people have said that's good. Is an American biscuit just a scone? I can't do this again today. The answer is no, but I'm not going to do this today. Not today. Let me open channel point stuff. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Dun 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 dun. Bum ba da dum bum ba da dum. I didn't know this was a can to open. I will Google. It's been brought up so many times, and it always turns into a huge argument. And by the end of it, I'm just like, Google it. I can't help you anymore.
Welcome,
Chocobo, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you're having a great day. No politics, no baked goods, no raw potatoes. Shut it down. No fairies, no fairies. No spoons. Oh my god, I forgot about the spoons. I forgot about the spoons drama. I did start my second playthrough of Disco Elysium. Yeah, literally the next day I started a second playthrough. I haven't played it the last couple of days because I've had night streams. But yeah, it's completely different. It's actually wild how different it is. Kelly! Hi, beautiful. Were you in Kalis Row last night? We were just talking about it a little bit, like in a spoiler-free way. Yeah, it hurt, dude. It feels like stuff was exploding on every map. There has to be some place in the UK that does American biscuits, like a themed takeaway. There are places that are American themed. I have yet to see a place that even tries, that even attempts it, that even tries to sell English people American biscuits. Kalis Row is pain. Yeah, so Kalis Row is inside of VR chat, and there are multiple maps, depending on who you are. Oop. Oh, no. Hi. Mommy. Yes, baby. I just heard you running. Hi, baby. Yes.
Why are you not eating candy?
Why am I not eating candy? Because I don't want to.
You have to eat only one candy.
Yeah. So we each had one candy, huh?
You didn't have one candy.
Did I not? I could have had one while you were in bed. Kiki, if you're going to come say hi, I need you to put trousers on, okay? Can you go put trousers on?
No.
Okay. Then bye-bye. Please tell me that you couldn't see anything. Please. The shirt is really long, thank God. Okay, God. Oh my God. It's like, no. My heart is like pounding. Because I went to this scene first. And you can still, my camera is still here. And I was like, no! Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I'm going to close my door again really quick. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. If I hear her coming, I'm going to give myself an extra second. Dodger needs a VTuber model for situations like this. I was literally talking about that the other day. I was like, I feel like my kid is just at this stage where like she just doesn't, and it's hot all the time. You know, I don't want to make her wear clothes. So I'm kind of like, it would be so nice if I had an option, like during the night streams, if she's sleeping and she's just like, it's so hot, right? If I know that if she walked in, nobody could see anything because it would be a VTuber model instead. I don't want to use the Kalis Row model. I love Moral, but I don't think I would want to use it for like streaming stuff. You body blocked the door. Fuck yes. My model maker said he was interested. Here's the thing. I was talking with Sam, and you've said the same thing, Kelly, that like what I'm kind of wanting is something that you could easily just Frankenstein together. Literally just like an androgynous body from the neck down, just wearing like a sweatshirt and then like a skull for the head. Would be so easy. Would the avatars show up fast in a first prize Clark entry? No, I mean, well, I actually have no idea how VTuber models work, but my thinking is like if I'm streaming at night, I've been typically, if I'm doing a night stream, just not having webcam because if she barges into my room. I mean, it's literally against TOS, child nudity, for obvious reasons. I also do not want people seeing my kid nude. So, yes, it's a huge deal. Why not a lock? I mean, we're renters. I could put a lock on that door, sure. I mean, she knows how to knock. She can knock on doors, but she just doesn't bother. No, it's not. God, this is difficult to talk about, but like normal people, yeah, would not see a naked kid and give a shit. Normal people are not the issue. But also it's against TOS for obvious reasons. So yeah. Bottom line is I need to do my due diligence to not make my kid be uncomfortable, but also make sure that that doesn't happen on stream. So I do have good reflexes. Anyways, let's move on because this topic is giving me anxiety now, just thinking about it. So, no, it's not a trick of the light. That is a picture that is designed to look like it's askew. Also, Clark deserves her own privacy. Absolutely. Yes, a friendship jail. Wonderful. Haha. A friendship jail. What a delightful palate cleanser. I wanted to look up. Oh, I guess I can do it when we do ad time, but or I can look it up now. I wanted to look up how you would say mushroom in BSL. Mushroom. You can't see it. There's emotes everywhere. It's fine. You'll see it during the ad break. There are lots of different ways, it looks like. This is yet another thing that's probably regional. It's either mushroom mushroom, or mushroom. I think I like this. Mushroom. I think that's cute. I was trying to look up like how you would say like humanoid. So I was like, how would, if I wanted to talk about moral in BSL, how would I talk about them, right? Like, their name is Moral. They're a mushroom person? If I recall correctly, that's how you say person. Is like, or maybe this is people? Oh, person, that's what it is. Person and people. This is someone. Human. Person. So mushroom person. I guess. You are free. Free to exact vengeance on he who imprisoned me. It's the curse of the lamp, all the power in the universe, and I'm bound by the rules of the genie, which means I can't kill that upstart Aladdin unless I have someone arrange it for me. Take me to Acrobat once. How'd you say moral in BSL again? I mean, M-O-R-E-L. Moral. Fedori, thank you for the friendship jail. When we needed it most. Moral. They are a mushroom person. I was actually in the Undercity for a really long time. You mean just overall, or do you mean yesterday? I didn't see you at all yesterday. I moved maps because I felt more useful there. Interesting. I was under the Shadow District for a decent amount of time. And then, so maybe that's when we, we're ships in the night. Yeah, yep, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was with Bo and them. And then I was in the Grove for a while. And I heard a DM voice go, "You feel a pull toward the fire district." And I was like, oh, son of a bitch. Welp, I guess I'm going to the fire district. And Jimmy heard the same thing. And then all of the other characters in the Grove were like, "Where are you guys going?" We were like, like, we literally just established the Grove is the safest place to be right now. And we're like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Anyways, sorry. I don't want to spoil shit for anybody who like wants to watch VODs and stuff, but I have seen Chicory. I played the demo for Chicory a couple of times. Once by myself and once on Gerard's like charity stream, I think like a year ago or 2 years ago. Forever ago. But yeah, it's out. I'm really excited to play it. That's probably the next thing that I'm gonna play, probably. Who is with Morel at the fire district so I can watch the VOD? Oh gosh. Bo is there. I don't know the names of like the streamers for a lot of the characters, unfortunately. So Bo is there, Nico was there, Wisp and Jimmy. God, who else? The detective dude. I don't remember his name, but we gave him drugs. Yeah, Bo is Sketchy Dev, who always streams it. I don't think Astro ever streams. That's Jimmy. Yeah, we finished Backbone. It was a fucking wild ride. If you wanna watch those VODs. This is Curse of Strahd. Do you have tips for good long distance dates? Oh my gosh. Sam and I tried to coordinate a meal together as often as we could. I think that's like a pretty normal one that people try to do. But we would try to have like dinner together or some type of a meal together and plan out something to watch. We were always on the lookout for like games that we could play together. We played a lot of Divinity Original Sin together while we were LDR. Yeah, what else did we do? There's like, it's cool because, you know, not to kind of like backtrack and talk about VR chat again, but there's so many, not just in VR chat, but just overall, there's lots of like digital escape rooms and stuff that you can do with people. Like there's lots of stuff like that sort of popped up over 2020 when people were trying to figure out, you know, fun stuff to do with people when you can't be with them. So yeah, I think definitely look at like online group experiences, like that kind of stuff. Would you and Sam ever do Grandea again? I don't know. We've talked about it before, but I don't know if we would. We have Barbie movie watch parties on Discord. That's very cute. I heard very mixed things. Happy to hear you liked it. Yeah, it was all right. People were asking if I would, I don't think that this is spoiling Backbone, but people were asking if I would recommend it like for someone to buy, and I said that I would wait until it was like really on sale. Don't buy it now. It's a beautiful game, though. It's a beautiful game. I'm trying not to spoil shit for you. You'll see. If you've already bought it and you're like, all right. It is gorgeous. And maybe you'll disagree with me. You survived long distance. Nice. I did, yeah. I'm now married and living in England with a 3-year-old. And worms, that's true. And mites. The fucking mites, dude. Like, leave us alone. Haven't you taken enough from me? Every time we open it, I see little baby worms in there, and I'm like, well, they're doing well enough that they're having kids, I guess. But the fucking mites. Chickens seem to be doing fine. Our chickens got mites a few months back. No! I'm like, every weekend I deep clean the coop and I spray it with like a mite killer, and then the like bedding that I put in there to catch the poop, I put mite powder on there. I'm like so paranoid about it. "10 years ago, did you ever think you would be living in Europe?" I hoped that I would get the opportunity to spend more time somewhere other than America. My brother and I, ever since we did our backpacking trip when I was like 19, my brother and I were both like, man, we went to a lot of really cool places. It would be really tight to like, maybe not even like live there necessarily, but have, you know, some sort of an abroad opportunity to stay somewhere for a while, like long enough that, you know, long enough that you get like a totally new experience. I would say that England wasn't, to be honest, I really loved London, but England wasn't one of the places where I was like, oh man, I would really love to go live in England. I'm still like perfectly happy for the adventure and to be near Sam's family and all of that sort of stuff. But like out of all of the places we went, England wasn't one of the ones where I was like, man, I really want to go like live there for a while. But like I was saying last stream, it is awesome because you can get everywhere from here. Flights are dirt cheap, or you can drive there. Like, you know, I can go pretty much anywhere in Europe that I want now, pretty easily, right? Which was not the case before. So I think it's best of both worlds. I'm in a place that, you know, I already know English. I've spent a lot of time here. I have family here. I have a couple of friends here. So it's a bit easier for me to like settle in here while also having opportunities to go, while also having opportunities to go different places. What was on the initial list of places you were interested in? Belgium, Bruges specifically, was my favorite place that we went. I loved it. And I still feel like I haven't gotten to spend near enough time in Belgium. Yeah, Belgium was great. I would love to go back to Prague. I loved Prague. I loved... oh my gosh. What's the name of it? It starts with a D, I think. It's a city in Germany. Can't remember. I'd love to go back to Estonia, even just specifically to see like how different it looks. Dresden. I would love to go back to Dresden. Yeah. There were lots of places that were really cool, like really like artsy and interesting that I wanted to spend more time in. But yeah, I've been to Portugal quite a few times actually. I live near Dresden. It's great. It was awesome. Yeah. The vibe there was super cool. So yeah, I'd love to go back. I have never been anywhere in Asia. I definitely want... I would have loved to like really take the time to do the same thing that we did in Europe, but do it in Asia. Like start in one place and like just backpack and see a lot of stuff. That would have been awesome. It was a once in a lifetime situation for us. It was very expensive to do it, and we were still really bootstrap. But I saw so many countries that I thought statistically I was never going to get the opportunity to ever see again, you know, depending on what direction my life went in. And yeah, we talked quite a few times like, oh, it'd be so cool to do this exact same thing again and just like stay in hostels and just cook all of our own food and whatever else and just see lots of different countries in Asia instead. And it never wound up happening. Jared's been able to go to Asia a bunch because his music actually does really well over there. So he has spent a lot of time in a lot of Asian countries. I still have not been to Asia at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't do a backpacking trip like that anymore. That's not on the radar. I can't. I mean, unless Clark got older, way older, and was like, "Mom, I really want to do a backpacking trip, and guess what? I really want to do it with you." That would be like way in the future because we didn't do it before. So, I mean, the easiest place for us to go to is Japan because we have friends that live there. So, yeah, we got buddies. We got Alex, all of them. Aurelian's trip looks so fun. Yeah, it was so funny talking to her. She was like, my kid just kept being like, I'm bored. I never get to go anywhere. I never get to do anything. And I was finally like, fine. You want to be trapped with me for, weeks? Fine, let's go on a road trip. I love her. And her kiddo. They're both great. Still hang out with Jesse. I mean, I talk to Jesse every day. I can't in person hang out with him. We are in different countries. But I talk to him every day, yeah. Yeah, so is Sam. Sam was going to travel to Japan last year, and that did not happen. Look into diatomaceous earth if you haven't already for dealing with mites. Mites and worm bin. Mix some food grade diatomaceous earth into your worm bin. The organic material made from fossilized remains of small aquatic organisms kills off mites without affecting the worm's health. Well, sounds good to me. Pog? Thank you. Thank you for the tip. Wear a mask when using it. Is it going to be a problem that my worm composter is in my house if I have to use a mask when I'm using it? It's an indoor vermicomposter, so. It's just dusty? Oh, okay. I thought you were saying, like, if you breathe it in, you will die. And I was going to be like, maybe never mind. I'll just deal with the mites. My parents had an organic egg operation and used it because they couldn't use pesticides on the property. Oh, interesting. There you go. Knowledge. Food grade and deadly. Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. Back with coffee. What's the chat? We're talking about diatomaceous earth and how it kills mites, but not worms. So, Probably gonna get some of that. Mix a little bit of that in with my with whatever the fuck is going on in my shit. I use it to get rid of fleas. Do you like rub it on your pets? Oh, I guess you can. I mean, if fleas are like in your carpet or something. I'm not doing the giveaway today because I asked some follow-up questions like, wait, does this giveaway work in just America or is it everywhere, etc., etc.? And I'm not sure. I don't have the answers yet, so we're going to do it next week instead. I've had an outbreak of fleas. I don't know how they got in. When we had our flea outbreak when I was still in Los Angeles, I still have nightmares about fleas since then, by the way. It can be so... I don't even know what the word would be for it. I want to say traumatic, because I literally, like, if I think that there could potentially be fleas on my cats, I start like like really panicking. But yeah, it was because I was in an apartment complex and there was a dog that had fleas that walked by our house every day. And the fleas were getting into all of the apartments. A mess. But the biggest game changer for us was there are powders that you can get that you like, dusting powders that you can get to put like on your mattress, on the carpets, whatever, and just let it sit and then vacuum it up. But vacuuming every single day was the big thing for us. Every single day, vacuum your couch, vacuum your mattress, vacuum the carpets, change your sheets every day. Like, that's literally what we had to do, because they're just hatching and hatching and hatching and hatching, and you have to just keep getting all of them. It's, oh my God. Remembering what it was like to pull back the bed sheets and see fleas on the bed is like, ugh, God. Oh my God. I never want that to happen again. Bringing a happy topic, someone. Yeah, any sort of infestation, I think, can be the sort of thing that like triggers something in your brain where you're just like, no. I have nightmares about ants and I have nightmares about fleas. The three things that I have recurring nightmares about: fleas, ants, and car crashes. My, like, I once had hundreds of ladybugs on my windows. I had no idea where they came from. Oh, man. Maybe you had lots of aphids. And they were like, yo, this is where the good shit is. Nits. Are nits, is that the same thing as, lice? Mm. Ugh. Anyways. Man, we're having so many topics today where everybody's like, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Well, what next, guys? Where can we go from here? What's the next shit? I believe in us. We can do this. We always end up talking about insects. We do talk about insects a lot. But sometimes it's like, you know, I have such an appreciation for X, Y, and Z insects. And sometimes it's people being like, let me tell you this really detailed story about a spider. And I'm like, no, abort. How about that real coffee? How was it? It's good. Yesterday I was like, do you want me to make a thing? Sam was so offended because he's been a barista before. But I was like, do you want me to make a thing that says like exactly, you know, which stuff to use to make a French press for yourself when you wake up? Because we've got like a mini French press now. And the other day when I was streaming, he was like, are we out of coffee? And I said, we're out of instant coffee, but we have, you know, normal coffee. You could make a French press. And he like groaned. And so when I came downstairs, I was like, do you want me to write down like which stuff is which, or like make it really obvious so you can make it for yourself? And he was like, it's like, Brooke, I know how to make coffee. I was like, it's okay. Okay, just curious. I'm just trying to make life easier for you, my love. Hi, JP. How are you, dude? I'll see you tonight. Who do you think you're talking to? Sam, probably. Yes, Sam has done most jobs that you can think of. Sam has done most things. And some things you wouldn't think of. He helped on a fishing boat in Hong Kong for a few months. He's done all kinds of weird shit. So yeah, he was a barista. That's one of the more normal ones. I knew Chad immediately was going to be like, what about this? What about this? What about this one? Yeah, he's been a model. He was a snowboarding instructor. He's worked in a paper plant. He's been a barista. He's been a waiter. All kinds of shit. My wife and I met while working at a coffee shop, and she still asks me if I need help making coffee. Sam was like, I'm just lazy. It doesn't mean I don't know how to make it. I'm just lazy. Like, okay. Okay, my love. Yeah. I think before he joined Yogs, he was a fitness trainer, I think. Has Sam ever seen you make coffee and said that's not how you do that? No, actually. But for a long time, like, I didn't really know. Like, I got a little janky like espresso maker, like a really janky one, and I tried to make a latte with it, and he basically was like, move over. Because he was like, I know how to do this. I can do this. Duke should do more pro photo shoots this year. That would be so fun. I would love to like sync up with some cool photographers in England and do some cool photo shoots and things. He tried to join the army. He tried to join the police. That's true. He tried to be a firefighter. He applied for all of those. And for one reason or another in every situation, it didn't wind up happening. Vindalia. Look at all the butts. I can't stop thinking about cool cosplays. I was actually thinking this morning, like, because I still, honestly, the things that I would love to cosplay the most are my own characters, and there's no demand for that, but like, but it's still like primarily the thing that I would love to do. And I was thinking to myself, like, if I was gonna figure out how to dress up as Moral and like take pictures as Moral, how would I do it? It would have to be like I pose with my hands in one position and then pose with them in another, and then like kind of like move the arms, right? That would be the easiest way, I feel like, in Photoshop. Are there any England-based content creators you would like to collab with? Would we see you on a Sorted video? Oh my god. If anybody from the Sorted crew reached out and was like, "Hey, do you want to do a thing with us?" I would be like, "Where do I got to be?" Absolutely. I've been watching Sorted for years, for so long. It would be wild to do something with them. I know. I'm also very sad about that, but it is what it is. I'm delighted when people move on to something that's going to make them happier, even if it means that I don't get to enjoy them in like some type of content anymore. Cosplaying as your own character is fine. I know it's fine. I know it's fine. I know it's fine. It's just like the time and effort put into just being, because it's not, I have friends who are the sort of people that have like a lot of makeup and knowledge of makeup, and also just a ton of like random kinds of clothes to be able to just put together a cosplay like really easily. I'm not that person. So if I was like, man, I would really love to like just on a whim look like Zach, right? It would take like there would be so much work involved. There would be so much work involved. Right? When people are just like, I don't know, I just like threw this together. They look incredible. Kills me. A collab with Jacksepticeye. I do love Jacksepticeye. We've hung out a few times. I love Gab. They're great. Sam and I have talked with them a few times, being like, oh, we should hang out, you know, when the world is not crazy. You forget that they started somewhere. That's true. That's also true. A-list casual wear. Just buy a pirate outfit somewhere. Just throw it on and be like, I'm A-list now. Gab is great. Yeah. Gab and I have talked about hanging out quite a few times. Yeah, honestly, like, the thing that I am the most excited for Is playing D&D in person. That's like the biggest thing for me is I'm just like, oh, it would be so cool, you know, to like go hang out with Joe Fudge and like, you know, get Benji over and stuff and all of us just hang out and play a game together. That would be so fun. And like doing this game or like continuing to talk about doing some sort of a TTRPG with Sam's family again and getting to do that and just invite them to our house. Like all that sort of stuff sounds so fun to me. So that's more the kind of like, when, you know, when everything's safe, what are you going to do first? I don't know. Probably be like, will someone play a board game with me, please? Please? Hi, Amanda. Is everyone in the friend circle almost done with vaccinations? I know Benji is getting round 2 soon. Sam and I just got our first ones. So round 2 is going to be in August sometime. So it's still some time to wait. Yeah. Right? I want to play board games. Yeah, at least here they're saying 12 weeks is like the ideal amount of time between them to have it be the most effective. That's what they're telling us, so. No, it's Pfizer. Yeah, I bought a new bookshelf. I treated myself. I bought that right after the subathon. It's to increase the amount of people with at least one shot. Oh, interesting. So the idea is like book people with enough time in between so that a lot of people get round 1 and then a lot of people get round 2 or... Interesting. There's good science that the delay between both doses, you develop more immunity. Yeah, whatever works. I don't have a science degree. If they're like, hey, we think it would really be best if you waited this long, tight. I'll just keep sitting in my house. I've gotten very good at it. Are you planning on watching the Wholesome direct stream? I don't know anything about that. What's the one that I'm on? Hold on. I'm on one of them today, but I don't remember what it is. Oh, here we go. Ubisoft? Yeah. I'm on the Ubisoft one, which is at 8 p.m. my time. So fingers crossed Clarky's asleep. Should be 6 o'clock your time? Oh, the Wholesome one. Oh, I was like... Oh, the Wholesome one is all non-violent games. That's actually very nice. I think that's really cute that they're doing that. Yeah, some wholesome shit. Do you guys remember when I said that a really long time ago I bought myself rollerblades? Not rollerblades, roller skates. And I didn't open them because I realized the second that I did, Clark was going to want roller skates, and they don't make roller skates for 3-year-olds. That's what that box is. And I keep, because I've been going through stuff that's just been like sitting downstairs. And so I finally brought it up here, and I keep looking at it and being like, I want to open it. But Clark's definitely going to walk in and be like, bitch. Sam was like, just keep them, just hide them and use them when Clark's at preschool. Just like roll around in our driveway or whatever until you get used to them. Just use them when Clark's at preschool. And I keep being like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I just haven't. Can you say gay rights for Pride Month? Dodger says gay rights. Dodger says trans rights. Etc. Clark's in preschool. She is. I mean, I think at this point she would have been anyway, but she got moved up. She was in like a nursery setting at a place that also had a preschool inside of it. And they were basically like, I mean, her communication skills are really high and she's not connecting as well with the kids her age. So we're going to try introducing her to the preschool kids, if it's okay with you guys, and see how she does. And it was like night and day. So she like immediately made a bunch of friends, was having like a really good time. And they're doing like phonics lessons and stuff. So yeah, she's having a blast now that she's in preschool. But yeah. It's like the building blocks to be able to read and write. So in the mornings, they'll like focus on a letter and they'll like practice writing it and, you know, hearing the sound of it and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I mean, like, whenever I say stuff like that, there's always somebody who's like, oh man, my kid isn't doing that sort of stuff yet, really, you know? All kids are developing at different rates. You know, there's stuff that Clark really struggles with, that our nephews and nieces picked up when they were like a year old, you know? Like, all kids are going to gravitate toward and excel in different ways, or like focus on different things depending on the kid. So yeah. Clark threw literally all of her points in charisma and was like, I just want to know how to talk to people, and hyper focused on figuring out how to talk. So she talks really well. You can have full-blown conversations with her. Her vocabulary is huge. But, you know, some of the other stuff has taken a lot longer and continues to take longer. Everyone has a different stat spread. Absolutely. So. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what else she might have high stats on. She sings a lot. Again, very Barty of her. She sings a lot. She dances a lot. Really big on imagination, right? I was saying that, like, when we listen to songs, she'll, like, talk about, like, basically what if there was a music video for this song, like, what would be happening in the music video. She's very, like, creative. And then there's kids like Tiri's kid, who is just slightly older than her. Will climb literally anything, is not scared of heights, but has, like, incredible body control. Climbs all over their house. It's terrifying to watch, but is, like, has so much control and is so strong, right? And also takes apart literally everything. Already understands how, like, everything is put together, can look at two pieces and be like, oh, these go together and I see exactly how, and it's easy, right? Like, that's a totally different sort of brain, right? Like that kid, like, really focused on totally different stuff, totally different stats, if we want to continue putting it that way, than Clark. And it's super cool. Artificer Ranger. That was me when I was a kid. I took apart my grandma's coffee table when I was 4, and now I'm a repairman. Yeah. Tiri's husband was like that, and now knows how to put together everything. Like, knows how basically anything works. It's the same with my dad. My dad is totally that way. I like putting things together. I haven't had as much of, like, an inclination to take things apart. Taking things apart makes me anxious because I'm like, what if I don't know how to put this back together and I've broken it forever, right? But I do really enjoy putting things together. Taking my computer apart felt like defusing a bomb. That's like with my sewing machine. So, like, I have a different sewing machine now than the original one that my mom bought me. I still have the one that my mom bought me, but it doesn't work. When I tried to make it work when we moved here, it blew. And I was like, well, if I'm really careful, I can, like, kind of take it apart a little bit, see if I can find the motor, right? And just replace that. There's a shit show in there. It's a fucking shit show in there. I don't understand anything that's going on. I don't know what anything is. It's a lot. Yeah. Just cut the wires. It's fine. There it is. Sorry, one sec. I have a text from my sister-in-law. Need to take a basics electronics course. I've taken electronics classes before. I've done lots of, like, soldering and, like, putting together, like, lighting stuff. But I have thought before I would really love to just, like, take a class that's just on electronics instead of classes that are like, well, this is physics and we'll touch on electronics, or like we're going to use electronics to, you know, make this specific prop work, or being shown like, okay, we need this to do this, and so I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, and then I need you to just repeat what I've done. That sort of stuff, like, sure, but it didn't teach me how to like critically think about how like it all works, really, you know. As interesting as I found it, it didn't give me like foundational knowledge, really. Yeah, it's Montero. Mark Rober does online classes that apparently do really well. Oh, he's a YouTuber? Weird. I was like, this can't be the person. He's the glitter bomb guy. I don't know what that means. Yeah, if you handed me a soldering iron, I would know what to do with it. But, oh, it's a NASA engineer who became a science YouTuber. Oh, interesting. He's a big tech humanitarian project guy. Huh. There's also a guy called Oh Bother on Twitch that streams various electronics projects and tries to explain everything he's doing and why. Oops. Science and technology streams. Huh. Nice. That's very cool. Michael Reeves made a Roomba scream every time it hit something. One of the projects that I like really wanted to do at one point was, I don't remember what they're called, but they're like smart mirrors basically. And you do a bunch of electronics and engineering voodoo, and basically like a mirror that you can look into normally, you can also like interact with and have it show like the time or your Google Calendar or like anything like that, which is so cool. And I kept thinking to myself, that would be so awesome to just like have a mirror that's just a mirror until you need information about like your day or something, right? It's really cool. You can look them up. They are real. Yeah, there's tons of tutorials for them. But it's a little daunting, that's all. Guys are giving me so many people to look into. The trashiest electronics channel on YouTube? Goodness. Okay. There's also a new Big Top Burger for me to watch when this stream is done. I'm very excited about it. I saw my baby trying hard as babes could try. What could I do? My baby's love had gone and left my baby blue. Nobody knew. Everybody was singing it in chat, so I felt like I needed to contribute. What kind of magic spell to use? I can't stop watching Wire. Dude, I love when Wire came out and everyone was like, this is in the Big Top Burger universe, correct? And Worthy Kids was like, no. And they were like, we reject that. It is in the same universe as the Big Top Burger. Like, the literal creator of both is like, they are not, I just like clowns. They are not associated with each other. And everyone's like, incorrect. Currently helping a friend get started in Final Fantasy 14. Oh, fun. Aw. People were thirsty for Scary Clown Lady. Of course. Obviously. Strong, like, tall, strong, feral clown lady. Of course. Of course, everyone watching was like, who dat? I like her. Anyway, if you don't watch Worthy Kids, you should. It's wild. Your card throwing potato. I just started the Astrologian storyline. I have not gotten far, but wow, 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 generally, people who play Final Fantasy XIV refer to Lalafels as potatoes. So, if someone refers to themselves as a potato, it's probably because they play a Lalafell. Papados. Sorry, I know. I feel like generally, anytime somebody comes to my stream, they probably leave with some kind of an earworm. And I used to feel bad about it, and I can't feel bad about it anymore. I have to just accept that I'm an agent for evil. Can confirm play Lala and Potato, also dressed as a police officer, so Officer Potato. Amazing. The worst part about Montero is the part that I keep singing. If we were singing it with lyrics, would be followed by cocaine and check-in with your friends. And I keep not saying it because I would rather not keep saying the word cocaine on my stream. So I keep stopping myself right at the point. Just right there. Do you need to start from Final Fantasy 1 to get into the series? Not at all. All of the Final Fantasies, unless like specified, are standalones. They're not in the same universe. They are separate stories. So an example of a situation where that's not true is Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2, right? Final Fantasy XI was not a continuation of Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy XIV has grabbed stuff from all of the other games. There are lots of like nods to things. There are lots of straight up just, here's Kefka from Final Fantasy VI, right? There's stuff that's more overt. There's stuff that's less overt. But there are plenty of people who play 14 and have never played another Final Fantasy and still absolutely adore it and don't feel like they're missing out on anything. So there you go. One of the fun things that is in every Final Fantasy, I think every Final Fantasy, is like there's always a character named Sid. There's always a Biggs and a Wedge, and a Jessie, I think. So there's like stuff like that happens in every game, but like the Sids are not the same Sid. It's not the same character, right? There's just a character named Sid in every game. There's always Chocobos and Moogles. That's true. That's true. So yeah, there's some stuff that pops up in all of them, but they are not the same universe or the same story or the same characters or any of that. All the Sids are the same. Oh, wild. Wow, wow, wow. Wild, wild, wild thoughts. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I'll just do a ponytail. I'll stop doing, buns are like really ripping my hair out. Sure, whatever. Do I have a favorite song from all of the Final Fantasies? I don't know. I would have to listen to like a best of. I feel you on the buns, dude. Every time I take my hair out, I'm like, well, there goes a bunch of my split ends. Giving birth to new split ends. Now sing. Ah, 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 Magical girl transformation, except it's scary. I don't know if there's anybody who hasn't seen The Little Mermaid, but that's basically what's going on. Such immersion. It's like I was there. Can we watch the movie, but it's narrated by you? Oh my god, it's just on mute and I do all of the voices. Well, that would be awful. Yes, we should do that. I feel like I could really nail everybody except for Ursula. I don't think that I have the power. I don't think that I am dynamic enough to truly be Ursula. The French chef got it in the bag. The what the fuck is his name? Eric? Sure. Who is he? I don't know. But like, under the sea, under the sea, darling, it's wetter down where it's better. Take it from me. Out on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. I can do that. I can do that one too. It's a mess, but I can do it. Ursula? I don't know. Body language, right? Like, I can't. Ha! The men out there don't like a lot of blab. They think a girl who gossips is a bore. I can't. I don't have the power. Octo is Ursula. It would be incredible. JP's still here. What's up, my dude? Do you know the inspiration for Ursula? I can't recall the name, but yeah, a powerful, dynamic drag queen. Again, I don't have it. I don't have the juice. I can't even pretend to have that kind of juice. That chutzpah. It's not in there. Can you do the Swedish Chef? Is that the one who goes me 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 me? I can't remember. No, that's Beeper. Beeper? Meeper? Beeper? Who goes me 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 me? Who's the Muppet that does that? Beaker. Beeper. Fuck. Of course it's Beaker. He's like the little science buddy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna do Beaker. Dr. Bunsen, the most sinister of all Muppets. I recently watched the Divinity Original Sin 2 Game Master thing you did with Matt Mercer, and I have to say it was so funny. You guys killed that. That was really fun. I've accepted that I will probably never get to do another thing with Matt Mercer for the rest of my life because he's like he's too strong now, right? But the stuff that I've been able to do with Matt in the past has just been so cool. He's like such a lovely, talented person. I don't think I've seen that. It was pretty funny. It was pretty fun, yeah. They were like highlighting sort of like a DMing version of Divinity Original Sin 2, like a different mode of the game. And we were the players, and I think it was me, Sam, and Jesse. The Muppet Show is on Disney Plus now if you're interested. Oh, interesting. I keep meaning to look at the stuff that's available on Disney Plus. There's a weird show that Clark keeps seeing clips of on YouTube Kids that's like Minnie Mouse's Boutique. It's literally just a store that only has bows in it. But she keeps watching it, and it's pretty funny. And I keep thinking, like, I wonder if I can find that on Disney Plus. It must be on there. We've watched all of Bluey like a million times. Yeah, Bluey's great. Oh, Bike Man. Oh my gosh, Bike. I totally forgot that Bike was there. Look, if there's anything that Minnie knows a lot about, it's bows, okay? She knows the audience. She knows how to find the right people. Maybe a brick and mortar store was a bad idea. I think she could have just kept it to an online shop. But hey, you know, where are the shenanigans meant to happen if it's just a store from home? Maybe that's why Clark wanted those mini socks. She asked for socks with Minnie Mouse on them. And there's specifically a hot pink pair of socks that have Minnie Mouse and Daisy together on the sock. And they're her favorite socks. And if they're clean, she will always pick those socks. But she never remembers Daisy's name. So she's like, oh, they're the ones with Minnie and Minnie's friend. Yeah, look, the Disney Channel, they could have like parody TikTok videos that's like the Minnie voiceover and Minnie being like, today I'm just gonna be packing up some orders, and then show her like, you know, doing all of the really like adorable fancy things with her boxes to send them off to people. I would watch that. Stomping. My fingers hovering over the BRB. I think you said you don't follow Critical Role. Are you going to watch their animated series? It hasn't really been on my radar, to be honest, because Critical Role in general isn't on my radar. Again, not because I don't love all of the people involved. I do. There's just too much now, so it's completely... It's not something I even pay attention to. I get really, when somebody that I know is lovely gets to be on one of their shows or do some DMing or any of that kind of stuff, I'm always like, oh, that's so awesome for them. I'm really excited for them. And I still don't hop in because I'm just like, I can't, I don't think I can. I don't think I have the strength. It's legit like 900 hours of watching. Their next show is only 8 episodes. Oh, interesting. The one that Quinny's doing? Oh, cool. It's a side quest. Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll watch that then. Although, if it's even at all associated with the other two, I won't know what the fuck is going on, but I would love to see how it goes and support Quinny as a DM for sure. I just can't get into live plays of TTRPGs. That's totally fair. There are a lot of people who feel that way. There are times when I like sit here for like an hour, like kind of like I did today. There are times where I sit here for like an hour and talk about, you know, a show that I'm in. And there's always a bunch of people who are like, I just like being here. I'm not going to watch this show. I have no desire, but I just enjoy being here and hanging. Y'all are the real ones. Appreciate you. Live plays are such a commitment. They really are. And especially like the stuff that like I'm around to ingest, right? I'd say out of everything currently, Godforged is the easiest because it's just one show. But even then, you know, we're coming up on like 40-ish episodes. You know, Arcadum stuff is always impossible to watch everything. Brett's stuff has gotten to a point where it's impossible to watch everything. And then Critical Role, if you want to get into it, you're like, well, it's the one piece of TTRPG live play shows, right? Like it's a huge commitment and it feels like a lot, and I'm sure it's really worth it if you just buckle down and watch it. But like, am I going to do that? I don't know. Sure, I'm talking about stuff that's on currently, that's on right now. I agree. Dimension 20 is accessible because everything is like contained seasons of things. I would totally agree with that. I'm still not considering Dimension 20 because I only recently started watching Dimension 20 stuff, but you're absolutely right. And keep falling behind on Godforged watching. Godforged has been interesting. There's been some really interesting shit going on in Godforged. Is Godforged funny? My character's funny. My character's hilarious. Overall, is it like a comedy one? No, it's not. But I think our group has like a really good dynamic, a really interesting dynamic sometimes for sure. And I also feel like we're pretty, like as a group, we do some like kind of smart shit sometimes, which is rare for me. Oh, Tyner said Godforged has, in my opinion, the best player dynamic of all the D&D shows I watch. That's so sweet. That's so tight that you feel that way. I just joined, but Dukes, have you watched Critical Role? No, I was just saying, like, I know so many of the people involved in Critical Role, and I think they're all amazing. I will not watch it. It's too much. I'm running Curse of Strahd with my friends soon. It's my first time being a DM, so I'm a bit nervous. You're gonna crush it. It's gonna be so fun. The first few times that you guys play, you are gonna learn so much, and you're gonna walk away being like, "Oh my god!" Right? Like, the only way that you could find out the holes in like your prep is by playing, and DMing for the first time and stuff. It's gonna be super fun, and you're gonna do amazing. But yeah, the first few sessions, at the end of every session, you're gonna go, man, I really should have done this, and then you'll do that for next time, and then next time something else will pop up, and you'll be like, oh, in the future I really need to do this, right? So I have watched one-off episodes of the new Arcadum stuff. I have not committed to watching any of them. I would really love to watch the one with like Joe and Brett and them in it, because, you know, I love them. And yeah, I've watched a couple episodes of Into the Mists. Into the Mists is difficult for me to watch sometimes. Is misdemeanor tonight? No misdemeanor. Brett's on vacation, I think, or just out of town or something. So no misdemeanor until next week. But yeah, we're swapping the days back to Saturday. So next misdemeanor will be a week from now. Is that a car in the background? Probably. My windows are wide open, so. Yeah, it'll be our like wrap up season. So it'll be season 3 for misdemeanor, and it's gonna be the final season. It's fine. But hey, anybody who's really wanted to watch misdemeanor, then it'll be a contained, like, finished thing. But the pirate fam, I know, dude, I know. You don't have to say it. I know. I'm already mourning. I'm already sad. And Brett was like, and then I think that he said this publicly. I'm pretty sure. He's like, and then there will be like a significant time skip probably. And I was like, how significant? Half elves can live to be like 180. Would Ayla still be alive? Who knows? If not, then I'm gonna just be like, all right, Brett, here's everything that happened to Alis, because I'm gonna decide. I choose 181 years. No. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. So for anybody who doesn't know, in Misdemeanor is a pirate D&D show that I'm in. We just finished season 2. And Alis is my character, and he's a 13-year-old sorcerer. He's just kind of ratty, but he's lovely and I adore him. And So when like ideas of a time skip were bouncing around, I was like, oh my gosh, could Alis like as an adult be like a character that pops up in the future? And now I'm like, oh no, a significant time skip? Fuck, he's probably gonna be dead. Those ankles are his whole legs. Oh, Alis. Yeah, he's a half elf. They live pretty long, but they don't live as long as like elves. They look young for much longer because of their elven ancestry, but I mean, I'm pretty sure like 200 is about the limit. Like that's around how long they live. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna be ending in a minute here, yeah. Thank you. That's true. The time skip between the offline games and the streamed games was very long time, yeah. So if you had to make a new character, what would you choose? I mean, I will have to make a new character. I've been kicking around ideas. I don't know. I've still really wanted to do a Circle of Spore druid. I've never played a bard. I'd still love to play a bard. I don't know. Yeah, I've never played a bard before. Mushroom Druid is fun until late game when everything is immune to poison. Heavy sigh. All right, let's read off some Valentines. This one's from yesterday, but I still wanted to read it. Imaru said, this Valentine goes to Dodger and chat for being a calming force of positivity over the last year. You've become part of my daily schedule. Life has been rough for everyone, but I feel like we're finally on the other side of things. Last weekend, I asked my girlfriend of 10 years to marry me, and thankfully she said yes. I might not be able to celebrate with all of you in person, but I'll settle for raising a mug together to do a cheers. Keep being awesome. Cheers, bud. I'm very happy for you. Kane Ray says, happy SMD, Doogs in chat. I haven't been able to join live lately. I've missed the chitty chat and the peeps. Everyone is back in my office at my work, so it's hard to tune into streams anymore. Even harder to jump into chat and say hi. I love you all, and I will likely need to continue to lurk and VOD primarily. Continue on with your day like a boss, you lovely cat gang and burritos. Kayla says, hi chat, hi Dodger, happy Saturday. I hope you're all doing well. Midwinter Lily says, big hugs to Doogs and the lovely community that has kept me sane these past 18 months. I got my second jab a few days ago. Next weekend I'll be able to play D&D in person for the first time. Yes! May Berlin says, my uni sent a mail announcing going back to face-to-face classes in winter, and all I thought was, no, I thought we had more time. This is a Valentine for all the introverts who have enjoyed the all-online world as much as I did, if there are any. I'm sure there are. I don't think you're alone. Stewie Wonder says, to Doogs in chat, thanks for keeping me company through the jab. And Lepa says, I'm going to visit a kitty on Monday to see if she can fit in my household. My other cats have been lonely since my little girl passed a few months ago. Hopefully this new little kitty will fit in so my boy can have lovely company. Aw. Big hugs, everybody. Aw, Mizu. It's okay. You gotta take care of you. Absolutely. Here we go. Fatal for All, thank you for the 63 months. Tasty Base for the 4. Dorlugus for the 50. Ginger Ninja for the 14. Megantopia for the 8. Torgrick for the 56. Exaven for the 56. Lava Jackal for the 23. Like Nya for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Neko Raketo for the 5 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Purpletron, thank you for the 51. A Ginger Writes for the 17. Scarecrow for the 72. Vertiguous for the 73. Real Al Gamer for the 49. Gimmick for the 4. Meld Iron for the 46. Crazy Murph for the 4 years. Happy anniversary. Dinah for the 49. Accept Streams for the 8. Chocobo for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. Jaguar, thank you for the raid. I missed that. I'm sorry. Chashubao, thank you for the 55. Loey for the 41. Tactical Luke for the 49. Baby Bird's Nest for the 11. Clockwork Cook for the 23. Nodal Wolf for the 10. Zerpoon for the 17. Vindalia for the 2. Zero Dark Blaze for the 68. Teviston for the 54. Arvone for the 17. Blobida for the 85. Zella for the 31, Anya for the 17, Lady Arcana for the 49, Gypsy Rose for the 54, Exo Scout for the 76, Firema for the 63, High Preeth for the 4, Too Much Coffee Painting for the 17, Dr. Subterfuge, thank you so much for the gifted subs right at the end here, and Delta Mel, thank you very much for the 7 months. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. If you were gifted a sub today, please double check who it was. Take the time to say thank you. If this was your first time here, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Every Saturday, we literally just hang out and chat. But I do play games during the week. I stream almost every day, so I would love it if you came by and said hi. Beep boop. I think that's it. Who are we raiding? Who are we raiding? Hush Cam. All right, Hat Cat. Where are you sending us? What is this? Oops. Doing art. Saturday jams with some calm music. All right. Hell yeah. I will be on the Ubisoft stuff at 8 p.m. BST. So that's 12 o'clock PST, Pacific time. So if you would like to tune into that, that'll be on JP's channel, I believe, twitch.tv/itmejp, ITMEJP. It'll be me, Jesse, and the Drop Frames crew. So send me all of your blessings that we can get Clarky to sleep on time, because otherwise I'm ruined. But yeah. There you go. Go say hi to Hushcam. Send some love. Spread love, spread joy. I'll see you guys tonight, maybe. And tomorrow, no manga pod. So, just Godforged? No Godforged either. Oh my god. I'll see you Monday, I guess? How weird. How weird. If I decide to stream tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. Keep an eye on my Twitter. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.